Pima Community College Aztecs. Let's meet starting lineups. First for the team wearing dark jerseys from Tucson, Arizona, the Pima Community College Aztecs. Leading on guard, a 6-foot freshman from Tucson, Arizona, number 2, Isaiah Hill. At guard, a 6'2" freshman from Arizona, number 5,
We say hello to you one final time on the Aztec Sports Network. Whatever happens here today, it will be the end of the road for the Pima Aztecs in the 2025-2026 season as they take on the number 1 seeded Des Moines Area Community College Bears in the 5th place game. The winner of this, the 5th place plaque. The loser finishes 6th. And this would have been the Final Four had things all worked out that way. Instead, these two teams do still get to face off just in the consolation bracket. We'll get the starting lineups first for the regular season, 32-0, and are currently 34-1 on the year. Now they send out their typical starting 5 with head coach Peabody at the helm, Isaiah Hill, Rowan McKenzie, Isaac Johnson, Brock Mendoza, and Mason Hunt. The starting 5. As for the DMACC Bears, 1 seed in this entire tournament, they jumped Palm Beach State right at the end of the rankings. Pima already took down Palm Beach State by 1 yesterday. We'll see what they can do against the DMACC Bears here this afternoon. The Bears are 33-2, 20-0 in conference play. One of those losses came in this tournament, so they finished the regular season at 31-1. Their starting lineup is also no changes. It's Brent Taylor, Landon Norris, Caden Tate, Hunter Goron, and Malcolm Bragg. Pima in the away blue uniforms with Aztecs across the chest. Meanwhile, for DMACC, it's gray uniforms with Bears across the chest. Pima going left to right from the broadcast booth here in Danville, Illinois at the Miller Mary Center and Dick Shockey Court. Just about set for tip. Mendoza already at midcourt waiting for his opponent in the opening tip. It's going to be Hunter Goron who matches up against him for the final game of the 2025-2026 season with 5th place on the line. You always want to go out as a winner, and Pima have an opportunity to do just that, and so do the Des Moines Area Community College Bears. With both of these teams expecting to have at least a plaque heading home to their respective places. As the opening tip is up, and it's into the hands of Malcolm Bragg, and Des Moines Area Community College start with the basketball going right to left. Taylor, the point guard this afternoon for DMACC. He is in the left corner. Pass down low, he finds Tate. He goes inside, spins on Mendoza, kisses it too strong off the glass, and Pima come the other way with Isaiah Hill. Hunt straight on from the basket over to Johnson. McKenzie left wing over to Hill. He'll pump fake in the left wing with halfway through the shot clock. 30 seconds into the ball game, still no score. Hill with a screen from Mendoza. Picks up his dribble, finds Hunt left wing. Shot clock down to 8. Hill catch and shoot right wing 3. Is a little too strong. Rebound tipped back to Hill and a fresh 20 for the Aztecs. Hunt will try his luck from 3 as well, and it's pure. The first points of the afternoon come off the hot hand of Mason Hunt, and the Aztecs take an early 3-0 lead. All the way around the horn go DMACC. They'll settle for a 3 from Norris from the left corner. That's no good. The short rebound collected by Johnson. A long three-pointer. Hunt. That's off the left side of the rim. No. Tipped around and eventually into the grateful grasp of Caden Tate. 90 seconds into the game. Still 3-0 Pima thanks to that Mason Hunt 3. Taylor drives left. He'll rise from the elbow and cash in. First 2 points of the afternoon for DMACC, and it's 3-2. Pima with the lead and the basketball. Just under 2 minutes played. Hill right wing. He finds Hunt down low before a kick out to McKenzie. Hill able to feed Mendoza inside. He collects an easy as you like. into the breadbasket, and Mendoza puts Pima back up by 3, 5-2 as we cross the 2-minute mark of the ball game. On the opposite side, the Bears. Left wing is Taylor. He drives in, gets a mismatch against Mendoza. He'll pull it back out. He'll settle for a three. Left side of the rim, no good, and rebounded by Johnson. Hunt, another catch and shoot three. This one is straight on, and it's nylon. Another pure shot from Mason Hunt. He has 6, and the Aztecs lead by 6, 8-2, 2.5 minutes played. Taylor, he's able to find Norris as the Bears go around the horn once more for DMACC. As Norris gets inside the paint, back outside, Goron, his three is good. Rebuttal three-pointer from Hunter Goron, and the Aztecs do still lead by 3, 8-5, 3 minutes played. Hunt, over to Hill, left wing. He'll drive in, stop, pop, and get the pass off to McKenzie. Hunt down low. All right, let's try this one more time. Welcome inside the Mary Miller Center here at Dick Shockey Court. It's currently 11-10 Pima with the lead and the basketball as they cross the timeline with Isaiah Hill. Hopefully everything is working out. Please let me know on the Aztec Sports Network chat just to make sure that we are operating as we can. As Isaiah Hill has it left wing, he drives inside baseline and able to kiss it up high off the glass and through. Make it 13-10, 5 minutes into the ball game. And if it wasn't working, we'll update you on what did occur from Johnson, 2 from Hunt. As DMACC have clawed back into this game. And Bragg drives in, good ball movement here from the Bears. Norris drives in on Hunt, able to spin up to his left and cash in 13-12. The score as we pass the 5-minute mark of the opening half. On the other side of the court, it's G.J. Graham. The personnel out there for the Aztecs, it's Fiegels, Hunt, Mendoza, Graham, and Hill. As Fiegels tries a three, that's no good. Rebound tipped into the hands of Mendoza. He gets it over to Hill, who's on the elbow. He'll rise from that spot, but a little too soft, and he hits front iron. Other way for DMACC as Taylor swings it left side to Goron. He drives in, goes up and under, but rejected by Mendoza. Pima come in transition. Graham able to set up a left wing three from Hill, and it's pure. Isaiah Hill continues the hot three-point shooting. The Aztecs lead by 4, and they've knocked down 4 from beyond the arc. 6 minutes into the game, it's 16-12. Two of the highest scoring teams in the entire country facing off head-to-head here in the national tournament. Goron, he'll try a left corner three, and he rebuttals with one of his own. 16-15, it's a 1-point game. Hunt. They swing it around the outside. It's Graham left corner. So a technical foul issued. Hopefully we are still working through those technical difficulties. Just got notified that we are experiencing some internet connection as Hunt knocks down the first technical free throw. It was issued to the DMACC head coach, and there's also free throws incoming for the Aztecs, not via the technical foul, as there's a big group substitution for Des Moines Area Community College. In comes Solomon Mosley, as does Rylan Smith. Kiki Dang also out there for the Bears. Only 2 players that remain out there, Brent Taylor and Caden Tate. Hunt knocks down the 2 technical free throws and knocks down 1 of 2 from the free throw line because of the foul that happened. So 3 of 4 and quick 3 points for Hunt makes it 19-15 Pima, 13-15 to go in the opening half. And Taylor around the outside. He's on the right wing. He'll drive inside, kiss it off the glass, and good on the finger roll. 19-17, the new score with 13 minutes left before intermission. Graham, right wing. He jab steps, able to find Brown at the top of the key. Fiegels runs from one side to the other, now receives on the left corner. Able to find Johnson on the drive, and he's too strong, too athletic on the layup. Puts Pima back up by 4. 21-17, 12.5 to go before the break. Taylor over to Dang. He drives in amongst 4, and he kicks it back out to Smith. His 3 is good. Back-to-back triples from DMACC. It's 21-20, 12 to go in the first half. It's raining down points here at Dick Shockey Court. Offense against offense. It's strength against strength as Fiegels finds a cutting Johnson. He spins inside, kick out Brown. He pump fakes, drives inside even further to find a wide open Kai Green, who makes no mistake about it. 3-point lead for Pima, 12 to go before the break. 23-20 as Kai make it Kiki. Dang brings it across the timeline. Mosley over to Smith. Good ball movement here from DMACC. They've been able to set up a couple of threes as of late, as this one ends up being a teardrop floater from Rylan Smith. And he floats one back in to make it a 1-point game for Pima. 11:30 left of the opening frame. Whatever you can do, I can do better, as both teams are able to nullify each other. But Taylor jumps in front of a pass, stops in transition, and lays it up and in. The DMACC take the lead for the first time, and Des Moines Area Community College lead 24-23, 9 minutes into the ball game. Green around the perimeter. Brown up top, able to kick it to Graham, left wing. He'll drive, kick it back to Brown, who's able to tip it into the hands of Fiegels. His right corner 3, no good. A little too strong, and into the hands of Solomon Mosley. Pima haven't necessarily gone cold on offense, but the DMACC's just on fire at the moment, as Dang able to find it over to Smith. Smith again, his right wing 3. Left short, doesn't hit anything, and it ends up over the baseline out of play, and it sends us to a media stoppage. Make it 10:35 left of the first half. 24-23 Bears on the Aztec Sports Network. .10:35 left of the opening stanza. Pima currently trailed 24-23 over Des Moines Area Community College. The personnel on the floor for Pima, it's the starting 5. Hill, Hunt, Johnson, Mendoza, and McKenzie. As Johnson has it right wing. He looks for a pass, able to find Hunt. Cross-court pass to the left corner collected by Hill. He thought about the 3. Instead, it's Mendoza down low with back to the basket. He finds a cutting Hill. Behind the back pass, and Hill lays it up and in to give Pima the 1-point advantage, 25-24, halfway through the first half of play. Dang with a screen from Mosley. They run the pick and roll, but it's intercepted by Mendoza. All the way up ahead for Johnson. He'll put his shoulder into the chest of Dang, but missed the layup before it's tipped out of play off the fingertips of Jaden Jones. And Pima keep it on the baseline. The personnel out there for DMACC, it's Norris, Dang, Jones, as McKenzie gets the inbound. Those guys out there with Mosley and Smith, as Hill and Mendoza kind of miscommunication. The ball ends up on the baseline and out of play, a turnover for the Aztecs. Smith. His skip pass goes to the right corner. Then back up top, rise from the elbow is no good from Jaden Jones, and Mendoza picks up the scraps. Aztecs still with a narrow 1-point lead, 25-24. Johnson carries the ball around the perimeter. He finds Hill near side of the right wing. He drives in onto his left, finds a wide open Johnson on the backdoor cut, and he lays it up and in. 27-24 Pima. And 9 minutes before intermission, Pima's led by as much as 6. That's the largest lead by either side. It's been a closely contested ball game from the very start, as a catch-and-shoot three from Jones is left short from the right corner, and it's picked up by Isaiah Hill, the point guard, who races across midcourt. He goes coast to coast and lays it in. Pima lead by a handful, 29-24. 8:40 to go before intermission. Smith thought about the three a couple of times, but passes it off to the opposite side to Jones, who drives it into the painted area, spins a couple of times against Hunt before firing it even further down low to Mosley, who makes a nice post move and lays it through the hoop. 29-26 the new score, 8:15 to play of the opening half. McKenzie, right wing. Pima have been operating pretty efficiently on offense, but so has DMACC. Mendoza looks to counteract what Mosley did as he goes one-on-one against him, but he travels one too many steps on the post move in the paint. And DMACC make a big group substitution. Taylor, Clemens, Tate, and Bragg all come in. So the only guy that stays out there is Jaden Jones. 8 minutes to go in the first half. Thank you for letting me know that the audio is working. Good to hear, because we were experiencing just some Wi-Fi difficulties here in the broadcast booth, as it's a baseline pass to Tate, who forces his way up to the cup and lays it through the hoop once again. It's 29-28 Pima. That slim lead continues to remain as is, as Mendoza too strong on the opposite side. He misses the layup and then fouls on the rebound, as Brennan Clemens rose up for it. And due to that foul, we take a media stoppage. 7:38 to play in the first half. 29-28 Pima on the Aztec Sports Network. .38 to play in the first half. 29-28 your score. Pima with the lead, but DMACC with the basketball. If you are just joining me, I'm Ryan Cirk. We did have those technical difficulties that have been sorted out, and we are ready to continue calling this basketball game. The winner of this takes 5th place in the national tournament. The loser takes 6th as Bragg drives in on Hunt. He's on the edge of the painted area, has to go back up top to Taylor. A reset for DMACC with 10 on the timer. Taylor works against Mendoza, and he's rejected out of play. Trying to go one-on-one against the big man. And Mendoza says no as he slots it and swings it over the baseline. 29-28 still. And 8 on the shot clock as Taylor set to inbound from the baseline. Just able to get the pass off in time as he finds Clemens. That shot clock down to 5. And they call a foul as Will Fiegels was a little too aggressive trying to swipe Clemens' pocket. And instead of being 5 on the shot clock, a fresh 20 for DMACC as they look to take the lead. Both teams have had the lead, but Pima's had the largest at 6 points. Taylor again drives on Mendoza, and once again he gets rejected, but this time a whistle and a foul will send Brent Taylor to the charity stripe to shoot 2. So far, it's been a pretty physical game, but we've only had 4 total fouls in 13 minutes of play. That's pretty good cruising for a basketball game. Not a lot of stoppages, and the officials letting both teams play, at least so far in the first half, as Taylor's first to tie is good, and we're all square at 29. Mendoza replaced by Johnson. It's the first time that we've seen the small lineup for the Aztecs this tournament. Operating as the center is going to be Mason Hunt. So the personnel out there on the floor for Pima, it's Johnson, Graham, Hill, Fiegels, and Hunt. No real big man. We'll see how they stretch the floor and how DMACC responds. Second one is good. Make it 30-29 Bears as Johnson has it left wing. Looks for a couple of options, elects to go to Graham on the opposite side, who drives into the painted area. No-look pass intended for Johnson, stolen away by Tate. In transition comes Bragg. He stops, pops, and drops it from the mid-range. And it's 32-29. This is the largest lead that DMACC's had so far today as Coach Peabody calls a timeout. He can't believe what he's seen from his side as of late, who find themselves behind by 3, 32-29. 6:41 to go before halftime. Now, DMACC came in averaging exactly 90 points per contest. Meanwhile, Pima over the century mark of points in the averages. So we expect this one to be played in the upper 190s as a team and as a game. So we'll see if both of these offenses can continue how they started. They've slowed down as of late, but plenty of time for the Aztec offense to get things going. It's the same 5 that ended for Pima. Johnson, Hill, Fiegels, Hunt, and Graham as Johnson has it straight on. Over to Hunt. He thought about the right wing 3. Now on the left side, it's Graham. Fiegels. He catches against Taylor, looks to go one-on-one, almost lost his footing. He steps back into a 3 and knocks it down. And just like that, we have a tie ball game as Will Fiegels gets a 3-pointer to go. We're tied at 32 as he looks to the bench on his way back to defend Jaden Jones. Brent Taylor with possession of the basketball for DMACC as he drives baseline, almost runs out of room, able to find Goron up top. Shot clock winds down to 10. Taylor left corner, down to 5. Long 3 settled by Jones, and he swirls it down. Whatever you can do, I can do better. We've seen that quite a bit so far. As Fiegels finds Hunt, maybe Pima will try for another rebuttal 3. Graham right wing. He drives inside this time on Bragg before he pulls it out. Fiegels, he'll catch and shoot from the left corner. It's in and out, no good. It popped right back out. And with 5.5 to go in the first half, DMACC can take their largest lead as Jones rises too strong. And rebound collected by Hunt as he takes a tumble in the backcourt. Hill slows things down in the left wing. He drives in onto his right before pulling it back up top to Graham in the left corner. On the left side, it's Johnson. He'll dribble handoff to Fiegels, and this time it's good again. Will Fiegels with back-to-back 3s. And the Aztecs tied it up once more, 35 all with 5 to go before the halftime break. Taylor over to Goron straight away. Now on the left side, it's Bragg. Good ball movement again from DMACC as they look for a good shot, but the relentless defense from the Aztecs not allowing them to do so as Bragg in amongst the trees misses the shot and heads to the free throw line to shoot a pair as G.J. Graham picks up the personal. It was all 5 of the Aztecs defenders inside the painted area. And I said in amongst the trees, but there's not really a big guy down low. As we talked about, Mason Hunt, the tallest guy on the court for the Aztecs. He stands at 6'7". First one is good from Malcolm Bragg. And with 4:32 to go, DMACC again take that slim 1-point lead. As the second one hits back iron, no, but it's tipped back into the hands of Bragg. Potential more points as Norris drives in, almost picked up his pivot foot, but he throws it away anyway. Hill with the steal. People love to run in transition, and it's a transition 3 from the left wing. Hunt left it short. Fiegel's there for the tip, and then Johnson with the third opportunity. And Pima take the lead again, 37-36. It's a 1-point advantage as we tick down beneath 4 to go before intermission. Smith. His cross-court pass to the left corner, collected by Tate. He drives inside and gets a step on the D to give DMACC the 38-37 lead. Next stoppage sends us to a media break. Graham flicks it on over to Hunt, who rises from the mid-range and cashes in. Blow for blow, we continue going on. Who's going to find a run and take a commanding lead as it's thrown away by Smith, intended for Norris in the right corner, and it sends us to that media break as promised. 3:34 to go in the first, 39-38 Pima, and your Sports Network. .334 to go of the opening 20. 39-38 your score. Pima with the lead and Pima with the basketball. Matthew Vick, thanks for tuning in on the Aztec Sports Network as you've been doing this entire tournament as Hill gets a step in on the defense, but he's rejected from behind by Tate immediately out of the timeout. As DMACC come in transition, but good transition D from the Aztecs will force a half-court set from the Bears. Smith able to hand it on over to Tate, who spins inside. And again, no big bodies down low for Pima to stop him. So he gets an easy layup and puts a Des Moines area Community College up 40-39. 3 minutes to go in the opening frame. Graham on the left wing. He's defended one-on-one against Norris. Over to Johnson. He cuts inside, goes up, and forces his way off the backboard and in as Isaac Johnson puts Pima up by that slim margin of 41-40. 2:30 to play in the first half as Goron drives in. Back outside is Kiki Dang. The left wing three from Tate is a little too short, and up for it is Will Fiegels for the rebound. With this smaller lineup, though, Pima can run as they love to, as Fiegels' transition three is left short. It doesn't hit anything, but it's rebounded by Johnson. No fresh 20, but Hunt with a long straight-on three hits back iron, and the long board to Ryland Smith. Then it's stolen away by Graham as Hill gets a step, lays it up and in. Graham a little shaken up after the interception. He walks it off a little bit gingerly at half court, but Isaiah Hill puts Pima up by 3, 43-40. Straight on three, Goron to tie, and it's pure. Hunter Goron ties things at 43 with 90 seconds to go before halftime. Hill over to Hunt, left wing. He's at the elbow, able to get it off to Fiegels. Pima with a slow, methodical approach this time down the floor, and as I say that, Fiegels rises from the left corner and knocks down another trifecta. Make it a long two, 45-43 instead of another three-pointer for Fiegels, his first two-point basket in quite some time. 45-43 Aztecs as Dang able to find a cutting Tate who drives in and ties things at 45. And neither side has been able to get stops and then points. It's either been stops and no points or points on points. 50 seconds to play before we get a breather. As Hill drives in and floats it up with his left on the teardrop. No good. Norris with a rebound. Dang races forward. Goron up to Dang straight on. As Dang pulls it back up top. Smith looks over to the bench and calls a timeout with 30.7 on the timer. Things tied at 45. It's a 30-second stoppage. It's been a really easy flowing first half. Only 5 total fouls in 19 and a half minutes. You don't typically see that, especially at this level with all that's at stake and how fast these players are. You typically get quite a few fouls, but both teams have been able to defend without fouling. The small lineup hasn't been too terrible for the Aztecs. They've been able to rebound well, continue to score well, and they've also defended efficiently as that small ball lineup returns out of the break. It's Hunt, Johnson, Brown, Hill, and Fiegels. As for DMACC, Taylor, Norris, Goron, Smith, and Dang, the 5, as Taylor gets the inbound with 15 on the shot clock, 25 on the game clock. Taylor pulls it out, works one-on-one against Hunt. He gets the matchup he wants. Puts his shoulder in the Hunt, gets him off his feet, and draws the foul with 3 on the shot clock, and he heads to the free throw line to shoot 2. 16 seconds to play in the first half. Pima have had back-to-back nail-biting games. They lost by 1 to Iowa Central. That sent them into the consolation bracket, and then they beat Palm Beach State by 1 in the final second thanks to a Tavion Brown free throw right at the death with 0.5 on the game clock. First one is good from Brent Taylor. Will we have another photo finish? That remains to be seen. We still have at least 20 minutes to figure that out as Taylor knocks down the second. DMACC up 47-45, and Pima can tie or take the lead right before the break. 10 seconds to play before intermission, and a foul called as Dang picks up the personal. Just kind of grabbed Hill right as he crossed the timeline. Had a foul to give. As Hill brings it across, 5. As he gets fouled again by Dang, he'll try to get in the act of shooting. As Dang picks up his second personal. Again, DMACC do have those fouls to give. But now that Pima know that they might get fouled, maybe they'll try a three-point shot and get to the free throw line as Hill set to inbound. Looks for an option, able to get it off to Brown. Catch and shoot 3 from Hill. Straight away, no good. Back out to Fiegels. He rises and he gets rejected out of play by Tate. And that's how the opening half comes to an end. 47-45, DMACC lead. The Aztecs will come back and run down some of the numbers from the opening 20 and get you ready for the second half of play. That's when we return on the Aztec Sports Network. Welcome back to Danville, Illinois. It's currently halftime between Pima and DMACC for the fifth place game. And DMACC currently lead 47-45. As we take a look at the numbers, as you can imagine, everything is pretty much equal in the statistical department. But Des Moines Area Community College is shooting 62% from the field. We'll see how that changes. 18 of 29 from the field. Meanwhile, the Aztecs shooting 53%, which is not half bad either, as the Aztecs have also knocked down 6 3-pointers, same as DMACC, who have attempted 12 and knocked down 6. Not a lot of free throws because there weren't a lot of fouls. Pima only 4 free throw figures, Hunter Goron with 12 and Brent Taylor with 10. Nobody really in foul trouble because, again, it was a pretty free-flowing opening 20 minutes. We'll come back and take a look at the bracket as well as give you an update on what's going on in Hickory, North Carolina. And let me tell you, you're going to want to hear more about that when we come back on the Aztec Sports Network. Welcome back inside the broadcast booth. It's currently halftime between Pima and DMACC, with the Aztecs trailing by 2, 47-45. As we take a look at the overall bracket in the Division II men's basketball national tournament, Ellsworth Community College and Parkland College are in the national championship game later on today at 7 p.m. local time. That's 5 in Tucson. If you do want to watch that game, it's on the NJCAA network. In the other consolation games, Lansing, one of the play-in games, ended up beating Johnson County in the 7th place game, and they finished 7th as Johnson County finishes 8th. Meanwhile, Pima and DMACC obviously playing for the 5th place game, and Iowa Central and Danville Area Community College play in the 3rd place game. But we do want to tell you about what's going on in Hickory, North Carolina. The women's basketball team playing the national championship later on today as they take on Kirkwood Community College. We wish we could be out there in person, but just know that we are rooting for you regardless of where we are at. You can also watch that game on the NJCAA network. We'll be watching as well. That game slated for, I think, an hour after the conclusion of this game, so I think it's 6 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Illinois time, which is 3 o'clock in Tucson. 20 minutes down here with 20 minutes to go. Pima trail 47-45 in what's been a back-and-forth game from the very start. And we'll be back with second half play-by-play right after this on the Aztec Sports Network. Welcome back inside the Mary Miller Center here in Danville, Illinois at Dick Shockey Court. Ryan Sirk here with you as we go to the final 20 minutes of the 2025-2026 season for both of these sides. And the Aztecs start with possession of the basketball, but they are trailing 47-45. Daniel, thanks for tuning in as always. Can't wait to see you when we get back to Tucson, whenever that may be. A long day tomorrow as we fly home, as Hunt has it straight on to start things off. Over to Hill, right wing. Pima now going right to left from our broadcast position as Hill pulls it back up top halfway through the shot clock. He dribbles over to the left now. Right wing corner three. Johnson in and out, no good. Just a second attempt on the tournament, but Hunt gets the offensive board and ties things up at 47. 30 seconds into the second half, and Pima already imposing their will on the interior. It's the starting five back out there for both teams. We'll get to the personnel after this play as Goron pump fakes, goes up, no good. Rebound into the hands of Hunt. For Pima, it's Hill, Hunt, Mendoza, Johnson, and Will Fiegel's actually out there instead of the starter Rowan McKenzie. So one change for the Aztecs, but none for DMACC, who come out with Taylor, Norris, Goron, Tate, and Bragg. As it's stolen away by Norris, he goes coast to coast and lays it in on the finger roll. And DMACC take the 49-47 lead. It was really in the blink of an eye that Norris got the steal and win in transition uncontested as Hill has it right wing, and he turns it over. Miscommunication between him and Fiegels, and it ends up in the Pima bench, and a turnover sets up DMACC with control of the basketball. Pima led by only 6, which is the largest lead by either team so far. DMACC has led by as much as 3, which is not much, but that is their largest lead of today's game as Norris drives inside, kisses it off the glass, and now their largest lead is 4 as they get past the half-century mark, 51-47. Fiegels carries around the perimeter. Hill left wing, he hands it off to Hunt. On the near side, he drives in, spins, floats it up, gets fouled on the turnaround J, and heads to the free throw line to shoot 2 on the illegal contact from Malcolm Bragg. 2 minutes into the second half. Hunt shooting 2 free throws as the first one is good. It's been a long trip, and it comes to its conclusion here this afternoon as Hunt puts Pima down by a deuce, 51-49. We'll see if the Deuces wild continue with Pima looking for 2 more points. They need to stop here as Taylor has it left wing. Able to find a Goron on a catch and shoot straight on 3. Doesn't hit anything, and it ends up over the baseline out of bounds. And Pima take over with a chance to tie or take the lead again. Hill across midcourt. His pass intercepted by Tate. He'll go coast to coast before he's fouled by Johnson. Shot no good. It sends Caden Tate to the free throw line. A good foul by Johnson. Because it would have been an easy 2. Got to make Caden Tate earn it from the charity stripe. Graham at the scorer's table getting ready to check in. He's likely going to replace Hill as Coach Peabody wasn't happy with back-to-back turnovers from his star point guard. And Tate's first is no good. So an extremely well done foul by Johnson, who at least nullifies 1 point as Graham does replace Hill. And he gets an earful from head coach Brian Peabody on the sideline. Second one from Tate is no good either as Johnson saves 2 points for the Aztecs, who still trail by 2.5 into the second half. Fiegel's left wing. Able to find Johnson up top as Graham has it right corner. He's double teamed. Someone's got to be open in a kick ball as he tried to find Mendoza down low. Taylor kicks it Messi style into the bleachers. And it's Pima basketball on the baseline. Johnson to inbound as he goes inside to Mason Hunt, who rises from the mid-range again. This time left it short. Rebound tipped around, and it comes off of Caden Tate. Good hustle from Mendoza to bounce it off him. And Pima keep it with a fresh 20 on the baseline on the R of Jaguars on the baseline. This is the home of the Danville Jaguars as Fiegels catch and shoot three. In and out, no good. It was halfway down before it popped back out. In transition comes Malcolm Bragg. He finds Goron up top. His straight on three, no good. A rebound, Mason Hunt. Graham operates as the PG. He looks for Hunt, and he finds him up top. Graham, same spot up top as he dribbles left. Over to Johnson in the corner. Back to Hunt, and he loses out. It goes through the hands and through the legs of Hunt as head coach Brian Peabody slams his arms into the chair he's sitting on. He can't believe the sloppiness that he's seen from the Aztecs. Another turnover with 3.5 minutes in to the second half of play. Taylor and DMACC look to capitalize as he eyes a three and knocks it down. DMACC up by a handful, 54-49. Mendoza dribbles around the perimeter. Up top, Graham. He gets a screen from Johnson, works on the much taller Tate. Ignores the screen from Mendoza, gets it inside to Johnson, who lays it up and in. Assist from Graham to Johnson. It's back down to a one-possession lead for DMACC. Bragg over to Norris. He's on the free throw line and stolen away by Graham. Up for Fiegels. He'll rise up and finger roll it off the glass and in. Back down to a one-point game, 54-53. Des Moines Area Community College Bears with the lead and the basketball, but not anymore as they throw it into the scorer's table out of bounds. And Pima fired up as we head to the first media break of the second half. 15:36 left of regulation. 1 point lead for DMACC, 54-53 on the Aztec Sports Network. Out of the break, we'll get to the personnel with Pima currently trailing 54-53, but in possession of the basketball with 15:30 left of regulation. Personnel for Pima, it's Graham, Hill, Mendoza, Hunt, and Johnson as Hill immediately tries to make an impact, and he does. Catch and shoot three from the left wing is pure, and Isaiah Hill gives the Aztecs a 56-54 lead. On the opposite side, here's Taylor. All the way around the horn, they find Bragg, who goes up against Mendoza. No foul, but he's rejected out of play by Mendoza as Johnson tried to save it on the baseline. It's still DMACC basketball with 20 on the shot clock. The five out there for DMACC. It's Taylor, Goron, Tate, Bragg, and Rylan Smith as a foul's called against Hill on the inbound set up for Caden Tate. Dang comes in for Bragg as the fouls are starting to rack up early in this one. 3 total fouls in 5 minutes. We had 5 total fouls in the opening half. Taylor set to inbound. He finds Mosley, who checked in during that stoppage as well. Taylor drives in on the left. He tries to dunk it over Mendoza and gets fouled as Mendoza went up straight but didn't connect with the basketball, ended up catching some arm. And it ends up going actually against Isaac Johnson, which is his first personal, but it does send Brent Taylor to the charity stripe with an opportunity to tie. Pima coming into the national tournament only had one one-point game that they played against South Mountain at home. And so far they've had two in the national tournament. One against Iowa Central that didn't go their way, and one against Palm Beach State that did go their way. And if history repeats itself again this afternoon, hopefully it goes the Aztecs' way again, as Taylor makes the first, misses the second, gets his own offensive rebound, though. As he sets up Rylan Smith for three, he left it short. A rebound in amongst the shoes, and it rolls out of play off of a DMACC Bear, and Pima take over. Wherever you may be tuning in from, whether you're watching in Tucson, here in Illinois, or in Des Moines, thanks for tuning in on the Aztec Sports Network. We do it for you as Hill gets it inside in the painted area and on the left hand, floats it up and in. It's back to a three-point advantage for the Aztecs. 5.5 played so far of the second 20. Smith, defended tightly by Johnson, gets the pass off to Mosley. He dribbles around the perimeter, finds Taylor. He drives left towards the baseline, upended by Graham, as DMACC only have 5 to shoot. Over to Dang. He works one-on-one against Mendoza. 3 on the timer. It's intercepted by Graham. In transition comes Johnson, and a one-handed slamma-jamma from Isaac Johnson. Pima back up by a handful, 60-55. 6 minutes played of the second half. In transition comes Taylor. He floats it up, no good. Tipped around into the hands of Taylor again, and he'll take his time this time as Dang slows things down again. Works on Hunt before he finds Smith up top. Smith with 17 points off the bench in the win last time out against Milwaukee Area Tech as it's thrown away. Mosley tried to find Tate on the baseline, goes over his head, and the Aztecs can continue the onslaught of points with 13:30 to go in regulation. 60-55. Hill inside, stops, puts it high off the glass, misses, but gets fouled and heads to the free throw line to shoot 2. A chance to catch our breath with this high-paced, high-octane offense from both teams. As we mentioned, both like to live above 90 points. And so far, the Pima offense doing more work than the DMACC offense, as Hill's first free throw is good. Changes for both sides. For DMACC, Clemens and Norris come in. Mosley and Tate step aside. Just one change for Pima as Fiegels checks in for Graham. Hill can put Pima up by 7, which would be the largest lead of the game from either side. And his free throw does just that. 62-55, 13:20 to go in the ball game. Dang drives in the painted area, brings it back up top to Norris. Smith drives in onto his right. Forced back by Mendoza as Taylor has it straight on 3. Off the front of the rim, no good. Offensive rebound by Clemens, and he bangs it off the chest of Mendoza, who's kind of getting into it with Clemens. Both Clemens and Mendoza talking a little bit as Mendoza fired up, getting his team fired up as well, and Clemens had to be pulled away by not only his teammates but also the coaching staff. And will have technicals issued. And it's a double technical, one for Brennan Clemens and one for Brock Mendoza. And at the college level, a technical also goes as a personal foul. So Mendoza picks up his third personal foul. And we will take a media stoppage. It's going to be DMACC basketball when we come back, 62-55. The lead for the Aztecs with 12:58 to go in regulation on the Aztec Sports Network. An abbreviated media timeout. We're right back into the action as it's pulled up top to Norris. Hill gets his hands on it. He comes in transition on the steal, stops, spins, and finds a cutting Mason Hunt who goes up and under. A 9-point lead for the Aztecs, 64-55, 12:40 to play. Smith. Again, Hill able to get his mitts on the basketball, but this time they'll say illegally as he got a little too handsy with Brent Taylor. As Pima is fired up, one thing you really don't want to do is talk trash to the Pima side. We saw that against Palm Beach State. Pima trailed by double figures in that one. It seemed all but over, and then a little bit of talking occurred, and the Aztecs ended up coming from behind and snatching the victory. Norris, he pulls it back up top to Taylor. He tries to float it inside to Clemens, who gets bullied down low by Hunt. Stolen away by the Aztecs, who can take a double-digit lead. Hunt, catch and shoot three. Nothing but nylon. Mason Hunt from the right wing at 67-55 with 12 to play. Dang. Inside on Johnson, puts his shoulder into his chest. Back up top is Taylor. Great defense applied by Pima. Taylor misses the layup, but gets fouled. On the shot, it goes against Kai Green and sends us to another media break. 12 minutes to go, 67-55. Aztecs lead by the largest of the game. We'll be back in a minute on the Aztec Sports Network. Well, to give you some perspective of where we're positioned for the broadcast, we're about 20 feet up from the court. It's a great view, but during that media timeout, we could hear exactly what was being said. And let's just put it, I can't repeat the exact words that were said. As Taylor makes the free throw with exactly 12 to go, it's 67-56. Taylor with one more free throw as he hits back iron, no good. Pima up by 11 with control of the basketball. Fiegels on the left wing. He jab steps a couple of times, able to find Hill straight on. He drives in onto his left into the painted area and good. Pima's offense has ramped it up a notch, but it's been the defense that have allowed them to take this 13-point advantage. But Goron, he finds Bragg. His dribble drive over to the right corner, Dang. His skip pass intercepted by Hill. Again, that defense sets up Easy offense as Johnson with a two-handed slam puts Pima up by 15 points. 71-56. What can't Pima do as Taylor over to Dang. DMACC have no answer at the moment. Jones in the left corner. Up top, Goron. Taylor. He drives in, and his pass goes out of bounds. Over the baseline, out of play. And the Aztecs have control of the basketball with 11:05 to play and a 15-point advantage as Mendoza checks in for Green. And Pima look to continue this advantage. Hill over to Fiegel's left wing. Further inside is Hunt in the left corner. Still around the perimeter as Hill dribbles past the free throw line, finds a cutting Johnson behind the back before he has to kick it back out to Fiegel. 7 on the shot clock. It's a long two, hits iron, no good. Rebound collected by 10. A rebounding foul by Fiegels puts DMACC into the bonus with 10:32 to play. That's something that Pima's going to have to be careful about. Shooting 1-1 is hate. Pima's going to have to be careful about. Shooting 1-1 is hate. 8. Front end. Thanks for letting me know about the technical difficulties that we are still experiencing, unfortunately. Hopefully we've figured it out, but if not, please keep me posted. It's currently 76-58, and the unfortunate part about those technical difficulties is that Pima just went on a scoring tear with some highlight plays, dunks, threes, and everything in between. And with 7:40 remaining, free throws for Caden Tate as he makes the first, and the second one misses to the right, and it's rebounded away off the fingertips of Norris out of bounds. As the score remains 76-59, Aztecs with the lead and the basketball. Hill across the logo. Hunt, wide open three-pointer is good. He tickles the twine straight on three from Mason Hunt. And the Aztecs up by 20, 79-59, looking to put a bow on the 2025-26 season and take down the number 1 seeded DMACC as it's stolen away by Hill in the backcourt. He floats it up for Johnson in a two-handed flush. Isaac Johnson on the alley-oop, and the Aztecs lead by 22, the largest of the game. Holy moly, what a game. Norris. The left wing Tate. What can DMACC do to stop this scoring run as Graham picks up a personal foul against Smith? And that will slow momentum, but it might be too little too late for DMACC with 6:40 to go, down by 22, but they are in the double bonus now for the remaining of the game. As Smith shoots 2, his first is good. Thank you, Steph, for letting me know that it is working, and we can continue this final broadcast on the Aztec Sports Network. But don't forget, we will have more broadcast on the Aztec Sports Network during this semester. We have softball and baseball home games coming your way. So be sure to subscribe so you're notified when we go live the next time. We'll have a Tuesday afternoon doubleheader for softball when we get back as Hill drives in at the elbow, able to kick it back outside to Graham. On the perimeter, Hill. He looks for Mendoza. He wants it. Back to the basket. Mendoza on the post move. His hook shot no good. And then smacked out of play by Hill. And with 6:13 to go, Pima still up 81-61. And if you want more basketball, again, the women's basketball team in Hickory, North Carolina, play for the national championship later today against Kirkwood Community College. It should be about an hour after the conclusion of our game as an and one on the opposite side from Clemens. as he forces it up and in, and the clock stops with exactly 6 minutes to go. Pima up 81-63, and the DMACC bench erupts as we have another technical issued. This time against head coach Brian Peabody. So both head coaches have picked up technicals. We've had technicals issued to Mendoza and Clemens, 4 total technicals. Smith will shoot the 2 technicals, and then we'll have the 2 free throws, make it the 1 free throw from Clemens on the and 1. Just to cap things off for the women's basketball team, you can watch that national championship game on the NJCAA network at njcaa.org. Both free throws go down for Rylan Smith. It's an 81-65 lead, and a potential 1 more for Brennan Clemens as Green checks in for Mendoza, who picked up his 4th personal. Clemens and 1 free throw is up. Bang good. Bounces off every part of the rim, and it's a 15-point lead for the Aztecs. Not long ago, it was 22 points. We'll see how the Aztecs can respond to get momentum back, as momentum has shifted to DMACC. Hill from the elbow. He'll pass it off to Hunt on the other elbow, who rises and cashes in. Mason Hunt down the stretch, looking to take over. He currently has 28 points on 9 of 15 shooting. Should he get to 30, that'll be his 2nd of the tournament. On the opposite side of things, Tate over to Dang. Smith, a long 3 is left short, but a rebounding foul called against Landon Norris as he pushed Hill in the back, as he waited for the rebound, as Graham is replaced by Fiegels. The personnel for both teams, it's Hunt, Johnson, Fiegels, Hill, and Green for the Aztecs. And for DMACC, it's Clemens, Smith, Goron, Dang, and Tate. Hunt, catch and shoot, straight on 3 is pure again. Mason Hunt telling his side to calm down as we get another technical foul. Isaiah Hill picks up the technical this time as Mason Hunt gets up to 31 points. And 2 free throws incoming for Rylan Smith. Not sure exactly what Isaiah Hill said, but that's now the 5th technical foul we've had in this ballgame. Not what you usually see, as the first one is good from Smith. And so is the second. 86-68 the score, as Bragg replaces Clemens for the DMACC Bears. Hill on the bench replaced by Graham after the technical foul. 5 minutes remaining, Pima up by 20. Bragg inside to Tate, who flushes with 2 hands. 86-70, still 5 to play. Coach Peabody telling his side to just run the clock, but get a good offensive set as Fiegels able to find Hunt. And Green in the right wing. Finds Graham, gets it back, then Fiegels right corner 3. It's good! Nylon for Will Fiegels, who has found his range in this ball game. His 3rd three-pointer, he's got 13. On the opposite side, a three-pointer doesn't fall. Pima up 19. Graham in transition. He's rejected by Tate off the backboard. End to end, we continue as Bragg able to collect in the front court for the Bears. Smith over to Tate on the pump fake, and he knocks one down. And we have a timeout with 4:06 to play. It inflates to a full. We'll be back in 60 seconds on the Aztec Sports Network. out of the timeout, 89-72 with 4:06 to play. And here's a pretty crazy stat for you. For the Aztecs, they obviously have 89 points, but they've only had 6 players score points in this game. Kai Green and Brock Mendoza only with 2 points, and the other 4 players that have scored all in double figures. Will Fiegels with 13, Isaac Johnson with 19, Isaiah Hill with 22, and Mason Hunt leads all scorers with 31 points as he has it straight on over to Mendoza. He'll drive inside, force his way to the cup and one. Make it 4 points for Brock Mendoza so far in this ball game as the Aztecs continue to assert their dominance over the first-seeded DMACC Community College Bears. Just under 4 minutes, and Mendoza puts the Aztecs up by 20. Both teams in the bonus for the remainder of the ball game. DMACC in the double. Pima just got into the early stages of the bonus as Bragg has it straight on. He fires one over in the corner to Tate, who drives in on Mendoza and floats it up and in. Fiegels around the perimeter. He'll dribble into a 3. Left it a little short. It bounces off both the front and the back iron and rebounded away by DMACC as Smith comes in transition, able to find Goron for 3 from the left wing. That's no good. Off the right side of the rim and into the hands of Isaiah Hill. 3:15 remaining of the season. Hill. The Aztecs seem destined to finish in 5th place as Hill drives in, kisses it off the glass and through. Pima back up by 20 as Isaiah Hill continues his dominance in the national tournament. 24 points, 8 assists for the freshman from Tucson as it's inside by Bragg, back outside. Taylor tries a 3 and cashes in over the top of Fiegels. 2.5 remaining in the ball game. At the conclusion of the game, they'll also honor all tournament team members as Fiegels' 3 is good. The rebuttal 3 goes down. Pima back up by 20. The PA announcer will pass it on over to him to acknowledge the award winners for the Aztecs in the all-tournament team. We'll see who it is as Johnson fouls underneath against Tate to send Caden Tate to the free throw line to shoot 2. Been a chippy game, but the chippiness has kind of faded with the Aztecs up by 20 as Tate misses the first. It was back and forth in the opening 20 minutes. Pima had the largest lead at the time of 6. DMACC led by 4 during that opening half. Before the second half, Pima has led by as many as 22, and they currently hold a 19-point advantage with 2:16 to play in regulation. Hill saunters across midcourt. Gives it over to Johnson straight on. Defended tightly by Norris as he tries a backdoor alley-oop from Fiegels, and it's intercepted by Norris. And DMACC come the other way. Taylor rises from the charity stripe, hits back iron, no good. It ends up being poked out of play by Fiegels, and Hill pointing that it did come off the top of the backboard, and I agree with him. It should have been Pima basketball anyway, but at the end of the day, it's not going to matter a whole lot. It is still Des Moines area community college basketball as the Bears inbound to the right corner to Clements. Jones goes straight into the chest of Hill, and a charge from Jaden Jones. Went straight forearm into the chest of Isaiah Hill. A good call from the officials as Tavian Brown checks in for Will Fiegels. A 100 seconds of the 2025-26 season. Pima, the 4 seed, likely to finish as the 5th place team, which is not bad at all as Johnson gets fouled on his way to the cup and he heads to the free throw line to shoot 2. The sophomores on the team that are playing their final minutes in a Pima uniform: Mason Hunt, Brock Mendoza, Isaac Johnson, Tavian Brown, all out there on the court for Pima. Kai Green not out there, but he's also a sophomore. We appreciate their willingness to contribute all that they have contributed to the Aztecs. And wherever they may go, whether it's the Division I level or anywhere to continue playing basketball and further their education, we appreciate their time here at Pima. 20-point lead with 90 seconds to go. Inside is Dang as he'll pass it out right corner. Three from Jones is in and out, no good. Rebound Hill. Couple of subs to check in for Pima one final time. It's Green and Paul Olivares that'll come in, and Coach Peabody does call the timeout to allow those guys to come in. And a standing ovation for the sophomores that are brought to the bench one final time, as Isaac Johnson and Mason Hunt, who spent their careers here, both them and Brock Mendoza, are replaced as the three sophomores that spent at least 2 seasons here. Mendoza spent 3, and they will go down as not only third place finishers last year, but 5th place finishers this year as well. It is a sad sight to see them replaced one final time, but we know that they're on to bigger and better things, and we can't wait to see where they end up as Graham drives inside. Back outside is Brown. He'll force one up with 2 on the shot clock, and a shot clock violation as Brown doesn't hit rim. 49 seconds remaining of this one. As Taylor races across as he's met by Graham. Gets a screen from Belenzi and then finds Dang, who cashes one in from 3. 7 seconds separate the 2 clocks. Pima still up by 17 with 30 seconds remaining in the season. As Olivares catches, he'll just chuck up a 3. Little too strong, hits both sides of the rim and the backboard, almost got the shooter's touch. Instead, Dang rebounds for DMACC as Taylor pump fakes, drives in on Graham, has it rejected, gets his own miss. 10 seconds to go. Over to Dang. He'll step back into a 3. Miss. Poked out of play. And DMACC retained possession with 4.5 to play. DMACC don't realize it is their basketball. And what a way to respond for the Aztecs. They didn't think they were going to lose to Iowa Central in the quarterfinal. They bounced back, beat Palm Beach State yesterday by 1, and end the 25-26 season on a high note, defeating the number 1 seeded the Des Moines Area Community College Bears 98-81 in the season finale. We'll send it on over to the PA announcer, who will honor the all-tournament team and then come back and wrap things up on the Aztec Sports Network for our final basketball broadcast of the year. And without further ado, we'll send it on down courtside to see who on both teams are going to be honored in the all-tournament team.
Congratulations to number 22, Mason Hunt from Pima Community College. And he is elected for the 2026 All-Tournament team.
So if you could hear what went down here at Dick Shockey Court one final time, 2 awards given to the Aztecs, all-tournament team member Mason Hunt, and the small man award that goes to the best small man, obviously, in the whole national tournament was won by the freshman Isaiah Hill, who adds on to not only player of the year in the conference, freshman of the year in the conference, but also the small man award here at the national tournament. So congratulations to those guys. For that, as we run down the final numbers, Mason Hunt finished with 31 points, Isaiah Hill with 24, Isaac Johnson with 20, and Will Fiegels with 16. 4 guys in double figures. Only 6 guys scored for the Aztecs, and that's all they needed to score all the points that they did as the game ends at 98-81. Without further ado, want to say thank you to first you, the listener, for being a part of the broadcast all season long, whether you tuned into the home games or just tuned into the national championship games. We appreciate you tuning in on the Aztec Sports Network, no matter where you tuned in from. I'd also like to thank Raymond Suarez, the SID at Pima Community College, who helped me out all season long with stats, rosters, and everything in between. So, Ray, if you are listening, thank you for your season of work. Last thank you goes out to the NJCAA for allowing me to broadcast this national tournament. Didn't know if we were going to be able to. After some discussion with them, they said it was all A-OK, and we appreciate their support in these broadcasts. So once again, your final score in the season finale from Danville, Illinois. Pima 98, Des Moines Area Community College 81. And for one final time, I'm Ryan Sirk saying so long and see you next season on the Aztec Sports Network. Have a great rest of your